Plateau State is unequivocally one of the states in Nigeria renowned for its extensive mining endeavors. Amidst the breathtaking landscapes of the state lies an undeniable reality where the pursuit of rich mineral wealth like tin intersects with a daily struggle for survival.
We must suffer and dig up till we can reach to the tin manor.
Sometimes the hole used to fall down on some people.
Plateau State, once a beacon of mining excellence, now grapples with the legacy of an industry in transition. From its humble beginnings under British colonial rule to the modern-day challenges faced by artisanal small-scale miners, tin mining, one of the major mining activities in the area, has left an indelible mark on Plateau State. Following the indigenization wave of 1986, the landscape of tin mining underwent a seismic shift, giving rise to a new generation of small-scale operators. Currently, artisanal and small-scale miners, ASMs, account for over 70% of the Nigerian mining landscape, but they contribute only a fraction in terms of revenue to the nation, largely due to their informal operations and the associated challenges. Yet, with this shift came a host of challenges as artisanal miners toiled in the shadows of illegality with no reward for labor and safety disregarded. Officials of the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, and the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, RMAFC, visited some mining sites to engage with locals and what the real situation is.
We earn a living out of this thing depends on the effort you make.
If it's for a woman, you not enter inside. You just stay outside. If you carry the sun up, if you reach 10, they'll give you 1.
I'm a teacher by profession. Sometimes I do come for this mining work. Whenever they are doing it, my brothers used to call me.
If there's any way that the government will come in, will be key in to assist us, is to get all those things that we'll use for safety.
At the sites visited, the number of men actively involved in mining operations were more than twice the number of women. The proceeds for labor were very minimal. Work processes were inefficient. Mining site owners did not have legal mining titles and therefore did not pay royalty to the government. And miners lacked requisite skills to undertake safe and optimal mineral exploitation, operating without recourse to health and safety protocols. This has ultimately led to the relatively low mineral production and high rate of accidents experienced at the sites. Across the sites visited, the following were noted. Mine owners are usually 2 to 3 in number and engage 20 to 30 persons to extract mineral ore from the pit, with a sum of 2,000 naira paid to each person on daily basis. Each group working on a pit continuously for a week usually weighs between 70 to 80 kilograms of ore shared among the mine owners and sold at the Columbite and Tin Shed or Mineral Buying Center (MBC) at 3,000 naira per kilo. In response to these challenges, the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, in partnership with the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs Nigeria, the European Union, the United Nations Development Programme, through the Integrated National Financing Framework Phase 2 program, embarked on a groundbreaking initiative to transform the artisanal and small-scale mining sector to improve both government's revenues and miners' well-being. Providing ASMs with safety, environment and revenue training, mining machines and safety equipment, as well as formal registration of ASM cooperatives at state and federal levels to showcase the revenue generation potentials of ASM formalization.
We are making efforts efforts at the ministry to formalize this group of operators. We also try to bring them into regulatory framework of government, so that by that we try to form them into cooperative, so that they be legally identifiable entities, qualifying to carry out mining activities legally.
In terms of policy, the state is willing to do everything possible for us to put the mining sector where it truly ought to be.
Formalizing them will give them access to education, give them access to more capacity building, give them access to information.
Their daily production and yearly production amounts to millions of naira, billions to say. So if you take that and you translate it into maybe what should come to the state as revenue, then you expect that it will be more than what we are seeing.
There's a need to further widen the tax net so that more people will pay royalties, and perhaps as this goes on, the manner of mining also will become more coordinated.
The advocacy we had today was very fantastic because we discussed a lot of issues, the challenges in mining, and after that we are able to come out to proper solution to how we can be able to tackle those challenges.
3 months following the pilot formalization, the level of productivity of the ASMs working together as different groups has increased. According to some of the ASMs, with the machines and equipment at their disposal, their level of productivity has increased from an average of 70 kilograms of ore prior to formalization to 130 kilograms of ore in a week afterwards. The projects also provided evidence-based knowledge on the key issues for the ASM sector while equipping key government stakeholders with the right knowledge, exposure, and international best practices for addressing the identified issues. From study tour visits to Ethiopian ASM gold mines, visits to the Lagos State Division of the Nigerian Customs Service, to engagement of relevant government executives in Plateau states and policy dialogue sessions with legislators in Abuja, Nigeria. Conversations were built around creating and nurturing an effective mining sector that will benefit both artisanal miners and the government's domestic resource mobilization efforts. Through advocacy, policy dialogue, and capacity building workshops, the initiative sought to empower artisanal miners, formalize their activities, and enhance revenue generation for the Nigerian government.
I want to thank them for the incentive they present to us. I want to assure them we're going to use it.
We're delighted and we're grateful to the EU, the UNDP, Ziva Community Initiative, the state government, the Plateau Mineral Development Company for this wonderful initiative. And the knowledge we've inquired has really changed our narrative.
We enjoy it.
With this provision, honestly, it's going to ginger our work, and by the grace of God, our work is going to improve.
Da taimakon da aka yi mana muna da farin ciki zai sa mu kara improve.
With this gesture, they're going to graduate into even bigger operators in the sector.
So when they have been registered, they have the certificate, means they are recognized.
By coming of this NGO, they've impacted a lot of knowledge on me on what I have not known about mining. And I'm just hoping and thanking God that with this knowledge that they've been imparting on me, I should be able to take it back to my community, the people I'm working with in my own site, so that I can be able to get more awareness on how the mining is all about.
Since when I'm doing this work, I have never had something like this. I just do it for me to get what I will eat, take care of myself and my family. So, but with this program, I think I will move forward.
Abinda na koya wannan program din shine yanda zan yi harvesting abinda na samu da zai taimake ni zuwa gaba yanda kuma zan control abin nan dina forum da mun kafa yanda za mu samu mu ci gaba ba lalle sai mun zuba ido ma gwamnati ba.
Yeah, interestingly, it does not stop at equipment that have been given out so far, but it also comes, with training. Their capacity is being built so that even the approach to the risk-laden mining is reduced in the light of capacities that have been built now. And so you find out that going forward, this equipment, as have been given, is going to greatly assist them.
The journey towards formalization is not without its challenges, but through perseverance and collaboration, the tide will turn, especially with the unending advocacy efforts for mining law reforms in the country.
Sitting here today, we need to know what is that they are working on, the National Assembly.
At the highest levels of governance, discussions echoed the need for legislative reform, recognizing the vital role of the mining sector in Nigeria's economic diversification.
We will continue to monitor them not only in Plateau State, but we will expand the program with the support of the UNDP and other agencies to make sure that this thing is replicated nationwide so that this sector can migrate from 0.6% of the GDP to probably about 12% or more in coming years. This is what it used to be back in the 70s and 80s.
Our thoughts are already in line. So we're going to sit down, see what their recommendations are and how we can incorporate them into the bill. After all, we have just gone through the first and second reading. It's at committee level, and the commission is going to be a major stakeholder. I've discussed with the chairman to see how we can synergize to bring about sanitation of this sector for the benefits of the Nigerian people.
It's an endemic thing in Nigeria. We should do the little we can to make them operate within some formalities, assist them where possible, and by so doing, but do bring policies and legal frameworks that encourage real investors to come and invest. If they come and invest, it's for the good of all.
So now is to ensure that there is actually impact. So impact in policy making, that there is tangible changes to policy to address some of the findings from the result, and also impact in terms of the outcomes for these ASMs that have been formalized, because it doesn't just stop at their formalization. How can they grow? How can they expand? How can they do better? And so from both sides, the policy aspect and on the business aspect, these ASMs have been formalized. We need to see tangible results.
As the sun sets on Plateau State, a new dawn is emerging for its miners, where formalization will bring not only economic opportunities, but also dignity and safety.